Go ahead and call this meeting to order. Appreciate everyone being here tonight on this beautiful November evening. And what a beautiful time we've had in the last few weeks. It's just amazing the colors we've had. It's just amazing. But before we get started, as always, I ask Robert Goff here if he'd lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance and also our prayer. Everyone stand, please.
As we pray, we'd like to say, I'm sure everybody's heard what happened with the students at Chattooga County High School the other night, and what a tragedy that is, that to lose that many to lose anyone, but to lose that many in one accident. So please keep that school. I know our school has been doing things to help them, and I commend them for that, to think about them. But do keep them in your heart. Also, we lost our last sole commissioner, and everybody knows, and Larry Moore, that done so much for the county through his business. Just not a more caring person in Dade County than Larry Moore was, and we will miss him. You've heard little Larry mentioned here tonight, and so keep that family in your prayers, and others as well, but especially those families that are going through what they are in our neighboring county of Chattooga. Let's pray. Dear Heavenly Father, we are so grateful to be here tonight, even though we come with heavy hearts because of what we can consider our neighbors and our friends that have lost, especially the lost in Chattooga, and those young people who lost their lives in the not just the prime of their life, but their whole life ahead of them. Hard sometimes to see that how all things can work together for good, but Lord, we just pray tonight that you would show that family the love that only you can, but let them know that we are praying for them and we are feeling with them as much as we can. And Father, we just pray that you would help us to always realize that's what we need. We need friends, we need family, we need a community to help us when we're going through hard times. And in our nation right now, there's a lot of things that are going on that are causing grief to people. But Lord, for that we especially pray tonight. We pray for our men and women in uniform, those that are first responders, and what they go through sometimes, not every day, but many times, seeing things that they can never unsee, and going through events that they wish they had never seen. But Lord, they're there for us, our military, our police forces. So much, Lord, gratitude that we owe, and we're usually just looking out for ourselves, but we realize that these people need our prayers, they need our thoughts. Our business owners, everyone through our county that makes it what it is, we just pray that you would continue to bless Dade County, bless our state. Lord, with this election that's going on, we just pray, Lord, that you would bless our nation. And Lord, let everything work together for good to you. And Father, we pray that you would bless now the rest of our meeting tonight. Everything we do, Lord, if it can be in some way to bring honor to you and honor to our citizens, then we give you praise for it, and we ask it in Jesus' name. Amen. Salute. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Robert. This is a regular scheduled meeting of the Dade County Board of Commissioners, which takes place at the same time on the first Thursday of every month. Proper notice this meeting was given to our legal origin, the Dade County Sentinel, and has been posted in the hallway of the administrative building. At this time, I do need a roll call. Mr. Lowry?
Here.
Mr. Hartline?
Present.
Mr. Goff?
Here.
Mr. Bradford?
Here.
And the Chair's present. We're going to move the citizen participation one notch down. We're going to go ahead and go through with our district commissioner's report. If anyone's got any questions, they can comment on those. But we'll start with Lamar. Mr. Lowry,
Okay,
the report, please.
the 911 activity report for the month of October. We had 656 EMS calls, 844 fire department. Let's see here now. Police, we had 7,642. That's a lot of different units for a total of 9,142 calls. We had now we're getting the new E911 addresses. We had 8 of those for a total properties in the county for 2022 of 113. So Paula's shaking her head. That's more houses that they have to look at, and so we're still growing. We still believe our census was way off. Chairman Rumley and myself went to Atlanta about 3 weeks ago. We went for a lot of different reasons, but the one I'm going to report on tonight, we met with the Department of Transportation and the Department of Driver Services. But the water company had come to us last month wanting approval of to replace a water line where Squirreltown Creek is at. And they had a 70-30 match. We went and met with Senator Jeff Mullis and State Representative Mike Cameron, and the Department of Transportation was there too. So we were able to get it to a 50-50 matching grant, which we were tickled with, but we were hoping for 80, 100, 90, 100 really. But we were really hoping for more, but we're tickled that we did get some. There's a lot of people who got their hands out for money right now. And I'll let Ted report on some of the other stuff. But Melissa, either last month or the month before, talked about people in her area slowing down and being more careful on the mountain. But I've had several people to ask me to remind people that it's getting darker earlier now, and a lot of people are still walking. This beautiful weather we're having, a lot of people are walking on the roads, and they're not paying attention to what they're wearing. They're wearing dark color clothing. It's really hard for people to see, and so try to think about wearing light colored clothes, but something reflective or a flashlight. Help people see you, because we don't want somebody to die needlessly and affect 2 families' lives. So that's all I have.
Okay. Mr. Harline?
At the sports complex, we've got football and soccer. It's winding down. If you've been through there, you've probably seen where they've got the parking lots roped off. Eclipse has started working on, they've blowed it off and cleaned it and sealing, or filling the cracks and then working on sealing the parking lots. As far as electrical inspections for the month of October, we had 31. 11 of them was new, but we had 6 new construction temporary poles. That means there were 6 new houses started in the month of October. So, I mean, that's every month we're having new houses being built in this county. I've got, on December the 10th, I'm going to have the holiday dinner for veterans. We've got a thing up there. We're going to offer, it's a veterans plus one. We're going to be at the American Legion Post, and we're going to do it from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. It will be free. Come and have some good food. Now, I've got another topic I'm going to bring up tonight. In 2019, in my district, the school board agreed to tear down part of Davis School. It was the upper building. A lot of the old people didn't want to really tear it down. They would have rather seen it remodeled. Well, I'm very passionate about the school, and I went along and agreed to help and promote, tearing down the school. So COVID hit, we've rocked on. We have a end of the school blocked off with a tarp on it. In this year of March, April, it was confirmed that yes, they were going to go forward with the school. They were going to build back. Then the county done a land swap with the school. They sent out the RFPs, the price come back in, and now they're telling us that they don't have the funds, or they are not going to build back the school. For me, I think all the citizens need to understand what the school is doing. I don't think it's right. We've been told twice that they were going to build it back. They're saying the cost has went up. Well, their e-splosh has went up. Our property taxes has went up. They've not rolled none of that back, and it's been over 3 years. If they had started the school back when they tore it down, it would have been done by now. So I want to bring this out in front of the public, because it's not been talked about at the school board meetings, and I don't think it is right.
A lot of those houses there, if you look too, where I'm saying that.
Yes.
You got a tremendous amount of growth happening out there that it's amazing, and I'll talk about that a little bit. I mean, well, Robert and I went out there the other day and how many young people we've got coming up. But Robert, go ahead with your report.
Can you clear up to me, are you talking about the school board or the county
As far as what?
as far as building it back?
No, the school boards.
The school board.
School board
Okay.
themselves,
Okay.
yeah.
But it's in his district.
But it's in my
He's
district,
gonna
and
get
they're taking away from, they're taking away from my district. They're taking away from the kids that's out there, and they're gonna say that we don't have enough kids, but when they tore the building down, we lost 4 Head Start classes. She is at capacity right now. She said if she'd done away with one program, she could get a classroom for a half a day on Friday.
Well, and to those kids that are not going there and coming to Trenton
Right.
affects Dade County kids.
And traffic, too.
Yes, traffic. So it
That's what
goes
we-
all the way down, yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
Mr. Goff?
I'm used to being looked over. Well, I do want to say on that note with Mr. Hartline, I do feel the same passion I think he does. I'm the only one fortunate enough to graduate from Davis up here and have always been proud of it.
You graduated?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know.
I went to the 6th grade twice. That's 12 years. But, when asked by the superintendent at that time what I thought they were going to rebuild. I said, yes, it wouldn't make sense to rebuild and millions of dollars, $4 million worth of building on a 90-year foundation and all that stuff. And then I was reassured later that they were going to build it. And now we are being told that they're not. And the very fact that I did go out there, the building that they're in now was the building I started in. I've been out 53 years. I know I don't look like it, but I have. And the building we always call the new building, the only other building there now was built when I was in very young elementary school years. So it's been there for many, many years as well. So I don't know what their reasoning is or what it's going to be, but I do share with Mr. Hartline the passion. It's not only in his district, but it's in the district of those people who live there. And schools are one of our most important. We can never not say that. It's one of our most important assets to a community is for a school to be there. So whatever happens, I hope it's the right thing, whatever they consider the right thing to be. As far as my report on SPLOST came in this month for October, which would be August sales, August purchases of $311,290. So again, was very well. I do want to say, because I think I can say this, there's an election going on right now. In 4 days, 5 days, the general election will be held. Right now, early voting is going on in this building. We'll start and resume again tomorrow. Then on Tuesday, in the precincts where everyone lives, at Davis and Lookout Mountain and New Home and all the different places, then people will go there. But there is a T-SPLOST referendum. When I read this number of $311 million, $311,000, when I look at that and read that, had we had a T-SPLOST in place, this is kind of what we would have coming in to go on our roads. The city would also have a 25% of that penny to go on the city roads. So that's what it is. I have been, and the reason I say this, I've been asked more about this from people outside of the government. What's the transportation? Because some thought it was the buses that we run. It had nothing to do with the buses at the senior citizens. This is roads that we drive on every day in our county, up the mountain, down the mountain, through the valley. Many of them still in repair. We're doing a great job, but we can do much better if this passes. And that's what it is for. And when we look at this number, that's how much money that we would be generating in our county with one more penny. Yes, it is an increase in sales tax of one more penny. We would be paying locally 4 pennies. But that penny would be going to the roads that we drive on every day, the bridges, guardrails, striping, and yes, it takes machinery to keep them upgraded, so that would be a part of it. So that election will take place, and again, this Tuesday will be election day. And if it were not for that, it's still one of the most important midterm elections I guess our country has seen in a long time. And I don't care which party you may affiliate yourself with, this is an important election in so many ways. Also, we went to the JDA meeting, and just to piggyback on some things that Evan was saying, a lot of these people that he's talking in these code names, they're waiting for elections, and we learned this at the JDA meeting. This happens every election time. It'll happen in the general election in 2 years, that those things will kind of die down because people want to know who's going to be in the government and in power in Washington, D.C. And after November the 8th, then they will begin to generate these things probably a little stronger, coming into counties like ours and saying we're from whatever their company may be, we're looking to expand or we're looking to build, and that can only benefit Dade County in most cases. So keep that in mind. Also, we were at a regional meeting last night, Ted and I attended, and part of it was what is coming up. Believe it or not, only another couple of months and the legislature will reconvene in Atlanta for another term, and some of the things that are coming up to one of them that I don't know how everybody feels about it, but for instance, one thing that's going to come up most likely is the weight of trucks on our highways, roads that we're talking about building and maintaining, upping the weight on tractor trailers, especially the timber industry is the one behind this, but it would never just stop there. So we would be doing more work, I think, on our roads because everybody eventually, no matter who it is, comes on a county and or a city street off of a state or federal highway. We get them all. So keep those, then watch it when it starts. Attended a meeting with Marjorie Taylor Greene, Farmers Roundtable in Calhoun. She said some very good things about not just our farmers in North Georgia, but also the things that are regulations that are hurting farmers. And I want to tell you something. You can tell by looking, I like to eat. General Woods, you can vouch for that. You watched me the other night. I like to eat. And so, our farmers need all the help they can get to be able to farm and put food on our table. Just one more quick thing right now, a shout out to our cross country for Dade County High School. They will be running in the state tomorrow, state event. Also, our Dade County football will have their last scheduled game tomorrow night over in our Murchie, which is just this side of Rome. And if they win that, we'll be going to the playoffs. And I think the first time ever they would go to back-to-back years to a playoff game if they win. So if you can't go to the game or don't go to the game, won't go to the game or whatever, then just sit there and cheer them boys on because we've lost some good players to injuries. But we can still go down and win this, and it brings pride to our school. It brings pride to our businesses and everything else to see this. So also, one more thing. The property on Sales Lane, if you haven't been over and driven by there or driven down on it, go look, go see what that property is and begin to look for the potential for that piece of property for the citizens of Dade County and outside when they come to places like Cloudland Canyon and need a place to go and just walk and hike and fish and kayak and all the things that you get. You can even swing off of a rotten rope if you want to into that creek. So we got it all right here in Dade County. So that's mine, Mr. Chairman.
Well, you don't have to just drive by and
Just
look.
keep
Get out
on
and
going.
get out
It's
and,
so good.
Yeah, get out and go down there and walk around, open the gate's hooked, and it's not posted, it belongs to all of us, and it's just amazing, and you'll see what I'm talking about if you just take time to go there, especially before these leaves get off. It's one of the prettiest part of Lookout Creek that I know of. So, Mr. Bradford, go ahead.
Okay, we've got 233 work orders. Most of those are tiles being put in, which is new houses, new constructions, which is interesting. They've cleared north and south Dade and trying to finish up on Sand Mountain area for mowing and finishing up Murphy's Hollow. And the other thing I wanted to just kind of talk about is we're having a lot of issues with recycling and getting it where it needs to be. So there's going to be a lot of research and some time and effort to try to get that where it needs to be. We are definitely losing money on recycling. So that is a big issue with, what we need to work on and how to figure out how to make that work out better for us. So that's it.
Okay. I've had a pretty busy month for November. All of us have, really. I'll start with I'll touch on our meeting that Robert and I went to there. That was a really good meeting with the ACCG in Calhoun last night. It was pretty lengthy. We got back late, but one of the things we brought back also, we found out, like Robert said, a lot of legislation that's coming up. It's going to actually affect us, but we actually have about 400 acres, almost 400 acres of federal property in our county that's part of the national park. And a lot of people don't realize it because you can't get to it, but it's at the north end right under Covenant College. That's where the Battle Above the Clouds had taken place, and the northern and southern armies up and down the mountain. Anyway, we do have that here, and so since we do have that federal land here, we're and not only us, but any county in the state of Georgia that has federally owned property, they're entitled to money, some compensation, because that is off the tax dockets and all it is. So anyway, we've got $100,000 coming to us, guaranteed money. Don's already signed off. I signed off on it. Don's got in. We'll get $50,000 this year, $50,000 next year. So that's pretty good. I mean, just so, and it's not if we're going to get it, we will get it. It's guaranteed money. That was a good thing. Also the driver's. I want to report this morning that about the driver's license people that come over and do our licensing. It'll be after January, I'm sure, but we're going to actually start getting another Monday or so, maybe 2 more Mondays of time from them, because if you hadn't reapplied for your driver's license in the last few months, you don't realize, but it's pretty backed up over there sometimes, because you do have the linemen down here that are working on the CDL, so they're working. The linemen, they went down with us to meet, in Atlanta, and Lamar. That was part of the reason we went. Lamar was talking about, and we really got a good report there. And so I met with the linemen there this morning. They're people that's over their CDLs, and they gave a calendar to me, and we want to share that with those and try to get that worked out. So maybe by December we can tell you with the new schedule, which is good for the county, because if you weren't here and didn't realize what it was like to have to go all the way across that mountain over there just to get your license renewed, you notice how glad we are to have it. And it's a big deal, because we're the only licensing office that's open in the whole state of Georgia on Monday, because Monday's an off day for it. And the reason that is because the lineman school, they pay 50%, we pay 50%. We furnish them that building over there. And so we have people, that's another thing, we have people coming from other counties that that don't have any other time to get their license, come over and get their license. So it's a big deal, So let me see here. I went to the transportation meeting there. Thrive sponsored a transportation meeting in Chattanooga a week or two ago. And it was pretty much an all-day meeting. It was really informative. It's just amazing what's really happening right now for the future of our transportation, not only in trucks but on automobiles, things that you read about, you think is space age. Well, it's not going to happen. It's happening. Driverless cars, in the next 10 years. Now, this was all the way up to 2050, but in the next 10 to 15 years, there'll be cars that's already there. They're already out there. They're already, actually, I guess, secretively testing them. But you'll be able to get in an automobile and be able to watch a movie on your way to Chattanooga or whatever, watch the news, and not worry about that car driving. It's scary. Locomotives, that's almost old news now. That's something Scotty reported on this year. Years ago, it was working without engineers in them. And so that's happening. So it's a lot of change that's going to happen. We talked about the congestion in Chattanooga. That's an ongoing problem, and what they're planning on, hopefully in the future, of doing for that, because they are out of room up there as far as widening. And there's a lot of things that in the planning stages with the federal and state that all the way from the Georgia line all the way into Tennessee of lane widenings. And so there's a lot of stuff going to be happening there in the next 5 years, because they got to. And if you've been to Chattanooga in the evenings or in the morning, you know what I'm talking about. It's almost like Atlanta. It's just, that is the number 3 most dreaded congested areas, and this is hard to believe, in the United States for truckers. Now we're talking, and I said, that's hard to believe, because you're talking about New York, you're talking about California, but as far as losing time and it being kind of a spaghetti area, though, where they're coming from north, south, east, and west. That is, and that's why we're getting so much traffic across this mountain from 75 on 136 and also 117 down in Alabama. And that's another reason Lamar and I went down there, because of that. There's more and more truck traffic up on the mountain, and they've agreed to go ahead, and they've already done the evaluation. And where we got like that one area through there where Geneva's restaurant or the 136 restaurant, all that is a straight 1 mile passing area there, you know. And what they're going to do there, most of that's going to be double yellow line now. There'll be a lot of signage there replaced. I mentioned Colton Moore this morning. He's actually showing a lot of interest in that. When he gets in there, he's going to try to work and get some lit signs up there when you come in on top of the mountain to slow people down around where the Covenant College, the Cloudland Canyon where you turn. So there's a lot. We got to do something up there, and the DOT does, because we've already started having wrecks up there. Had several wrecks here in the last couple of months. So anyway, but that's being addressed. So thank goodness for that. Let me see here. The South Dade voting precinct, which is our tornado shelter, it's finished. They finished the handrails today. We got the parking lot finished yesterday. We'll be doing some striping after the elections and all down there, but it really looks good inside. We got tables and chairs in there. So that will be the voting precinct there for South Dade. They pulled off now. We got finished that they're working on the one in the Four Fields. Davis, fixing the break ground up there and get started on that up there. So things are going good. I mean, on that, and it's good. And it's progress. Murphy Hollow is finished. We got the pavement down on that. Those of you don't know where Murphy Hollow is at. It's a more traveled road than you would think, because of people coming in from 299 Tennessee, shortcut to Sand Mountain. So it's been needed. It's better than I in my lifetime that I ever remember it. So we're glad to get that taken care of. Real quick, the trick or treat. I know some of the people are going to touch on this trick or treat alley. It was amazing how many children was out there and vendors. But what really amazed me was when we went to the school, and our school, we go there every year and we give out candy. But when we went to Davis out there, I've never seen anything like that. I mean, not out there. I've never seen as many kids and as many little fellas and as many people giving candy. I just couldn't believe that. And they had to move it outside. So we got a lot going on in this county. We got a lot of little bitty pre-K and kindergartens that's coming up. It's just amazing. And but I just that's why we try to do our jobs. I guess you call it on our watch, because everything we do, and even our lights, our chamber, IDA, it all is going to come back in the future from these kids, and hopefully we can have stuff to offer them to keep them here. So it's just it just made kind of open my eyes up. I mean, really. But y'all got anything else you want to bring?
I got two more things. I will be filing for open records request from the school board, and I will be at their next meeting, which is the 14th of this month. So if you're interested in supporting the school being built back, I would love to see you there. Also, if you've noticed coming in the today they was finishing up out here in the front, Stacy and Jared and trustees been working on planting the shrubs and the sod, and it looks really good. So if you see them, tell them, thank you for the hard work on doing that.
Yeah, and they're doing it. They've done a lot of work in the last couple of weeks, 3 weeks here.
Yes.
A whole lot,
I don't want to steal thunder from somebody, and I may not be, George, but speak about something in my end of the county, and the gentleman is here tonight, General Wood. After 5 years, the Wood,
General Wood Inn
is up and running, a beautiful place, and that was ribbon cut this week. And General, I wish you all the best, you and your wife Nadine, on that. It's a beautiful venue, and if nothing else, just go down and give it a look, because it is one more beautiful. Not only that, there's no more beautiful sight to sit out on the front porch and to see the south end of Dade County right there where he's at.
Yeah. Okay. Y'all finished? Okay.
Well, I forgot to report on Murphy's.
I knew we were forgetting
Yeah.
something. So
Yeah, but I'm glad, because it'll kind of time with what Robert and Philip both were saying, but we were running short of money for road paving. And this ties back into the T-Splosh. If you're living on a good road, you don't realize the needs in this county. Me and Billy rode over Lookout Mountain. They're building houses everywhere out there, and even though some of them are paved road, a lot of dirt roads out there, 7 miles of dirt road that they're building houses on, the little houses as well as mansions as far as I'm concerned. But a lot of concrete trucks, a lot of heavy lumber trucks, they're tearing those roads to pieces. And there's a need for the T-Splosh, but we thought we were only going to be able to do half of Murphy's Hollow, and we kind of had to dip into next year's road funds to finish it. And I'm thankful for Ted and the rest of these commissioners and Don for helping me get the money. And because I basically, when I tell somebody we're going to do something, I've gave my word. And I was really hurt that we weren't going to be able to finish it, and brought my concerns to Ted, and then I've had my other commissioners here with me, so it's not completely finished, but it is got asphalt from one end to the other. They're tickled to death with it, and I'm tickled too because it helped me keep my word. And that's one thing. People that don't know the need of the T-Splosh, there's a need out there, and I know we're going through hard times, and a penny set may sound like a lot, but a lot of that comes from out of town. I mean, if you go over here if you go over here to the local shopping, Food City, just look at the Alabama cars that you see sitting in there. There's as many of them as there are Dade County cars. They help us pay these bills, so. But like the school board, I'm disappointed to hear their decision. Maybe they'll change it. I feel like they gave their word to the people of this county, and so I think they need to keep it. And my mom always, I guess I'd say she taught me love, but my daddy taught me tough love. And one of the things he said was, you provide for your family, you keep your word. And so that's one thing I've always tried to live by. And do you have to submit to the school board if you want to talk to them?
I am submitting, yes.
Well, anybody else that wants to go to the school board, you'll have to submit ahead of time the questions, or?
Yeah, I think I have to sign up ahead of time to be able to speak, yes.
Yeah. So if you want to speak, you may. It's not like here where we have an open forum, which I think it should be, but that's all I have.
Okay, thank you. Okay, we'll move on, then move back up to citizens participation. If anyone wants to come up and talk to us here, we'll give you 5 minutes or so and just come up and this is your time to talk, and then we'll move on with the meeting. Tell everybody who you are there, sir.
Sir, I'm Bob Woods from Rising Fawn, Georgia. Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, thank you for your time tonight. I'm here to address the still necessary renovations at Davis Elementary School. I am a former member of the Dade County Board of Education. I no longer serve on it, but I did serve at the time that these decisions were made. I can't speak in detail about what's happened in the last 2 years, but I can, and I'd like to share with you why it is still necessary. We as board members at the time visited Davis numerous times. I was on the roof. I saw the electricity. I saw the flooring. I went underneath the ground and saw what options and opportunities they were there to provide for safety things that when needed for the children. We addressed all this in numerous meetings. And we did it in two forms. One, and I'll never forget this, when we asked the Davis community to show up to discuss, they showed up. I want to emphasize that. The people came. They were interested, and I just think that carries weight, because sometimes unless you're having a lottery giveaway, nobody shows. I just thought that was very important. We also discussed at my time many different options for the renovation. For example, where even at the level of, well, this overpass will be here, no, we're not going to do this. You know the details when you're renovating a building. To the point where it even got to the level where I brought up that there were some mementos in the side of the building that we need to hold on to them and re-put them on the new building. And the individuals that were there making presentations to us agreed to do that, et cetera, et cetera. But I know y'all were quite busy, so I just want to give you the view from my foxhole when it comes to this. The Dade County Board of Education collectively always wants to be a board of integrity, right, and openness. Well, I'm here to tell you, during my time, and I was there involved in this, we gave our word to Davis. That's the bottom line, and we need to keep it. Every now and then I hear about discussions, and we're talking about money because money drives trains, about a general purpose building that some people are interested in over there. I am a person that's interested in bands. I am interested in cheerleading. I did junior ROTC in my high school, so those extracurricular activities are important. But here's my take on it. An extra general purpose building would be nice to have, but it's not necessary. Hey, I know the people that are running the high school. I admire them. I do. But from my view, it's property management. Who can use the gym when? Who can use this building when? Et cetera, before we commit any funds to a general purpose building that would just be nice to have, but not necessary. Y'all addressed 20-something things today at your work session, so here's my bumper sticker that I want you to put on your car tonight. Dade County collectively must keep their word to Davis, and we must use our money wisely in order to make it happen. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Thank you very much. Anyone else want to come up and talk to us? Okay. We'll move on. Move down to 4B. Evan's already had his. Miss Mindy Hayworth come up from our library. She's our manager for Dade County Library.
Mr. Commissioner and commission members, thank you so much for having me. Every month, it's always a pleasure to let you know what's happening at the library. First, I wanted to let y'all know we hired our new lead circulation library assistant, Miss Lydia Susi. She lives here in Trenton. She is an active member of the library, a patron of the library. She comes a lot, so I was thrilled when we sat down to interview her, and I recognized her. So we're excited. She's going to be starting at the library on the 15th. I also want to give a huge thank you to the Dade County Commission, Stacy Stevens, Jared, and the trustees, because y'all cleaned our carpets in the library. And from what I heard, they hadn't been cleaned in a while. And people, I mean, you could tell, like you walked in the library and you could tell. And it was a big job, and they got them professionally cleaned. So we were very grateful and very thankful. And there is a picture in my slideshow that shows the carpet a little bit. I think that you'll be pleased. I'm not going to go over the entire program calendar this month because I'm trying to keep things short, but please go to chrl.org, and that's got our full November calendar of program events that are happening at the library if you're interested. We also have paper calendars at the library, sign on the square. I usually put posters out front whenever anything cool is happening that day, so stop by and see us. We had 4 school field trips from Dade County Public Schools come to the library, and the last one of the last 2 happened the last week of October, and I am so proud to announce that every single student came through and used their Georgia Play Card, which I know I mentioned to you all last spring, that it's a collaboration between the schools and the libraries in Georgia, so every student has a library card associated with their lunch number, and these kids were so proud that they all got to walk out of the library with their library books, so that was exciting. Okay, wait, look at those carpets. That's my picture. The carpets look beautiful. This was one of our little trick-or-treaters on the trick-or-treat alley, and yes, we had a little door counter. 1,479 people walked through the door of the library that day. That was a lot of people. I'd been warned. I have never experienced it. It was more than I anticipated. As you can see, the library, we gave out books, we gave out little temporary tattoos, and we gave out candy. Our books were depleted. We gave out every single one. I did not have 1,500 books to give away, but I did have about 500 to 600 books, and as you can see, the kids walked away really happy. So we want to thank everybody involved with putting on that event, but let me tell you how happy I was that the rain held off because of those carpets.
I know.
I was like, oh no, I should have waited 2 more weeks to get the carpets cleaned. So I was very grateful that our carpets still look as nice as they did right when we had them cleaned. I want to highlight a couple things that we do at the library that not everybody is aware of. And it's free if you are a library patron. This is our meeting room. We put on a photography exhibit, and you can see these pictures were beautiful. It was so nice. The photographer was Ralph Jennett. His daughters and his family helped him put on this exhibit. They had a little spread in our meeting room. Anyone is welcome to use our meeting room. This is just one of the examples of how it's used. We also have board meetings there. We even had somebody give private dance lessons in our meeting room. So there's all sorts of resources at the library other than checking out a book, which is also very good. But I wanted to let people know that our meeting room can be used for lots of things. The other resource I wanted to highlight, these are our digital resources. A lot of folks don't know that if you have a library card, you can access what's called the EBSCO Learning Express Library. The first slide over there on the left, it shows you all the different things you have access to: career preparation, job and career accelerator, high school equivalency center, college admissions test prep, grade 4 through 8 educator resources, high school students, college students, adult core skills. Every single one of those, when you click on it, opens up and you can access practice tests. And if you look over there, it's kind of hard to see. I couldn't make them as big as I wanted to, but you can prepare for all those different exams, from the teacher's exams. I highlighted the law enforcement exams. So if you are looking to take any of these tests, these have all been vetted through the library system, so you know that they are valid resources. So if you look at I just clicked on the, oh, there we go. This was the Learn More About Your Career. There's access to writing resumes, writing cover letters, how to prepare for moving up in your career. All of these are skill sets that you can use when you get onto Learning Express Library. You create an account and it tracks your progress. So if you want to study for one of these tests, and these are all the different tests that you can look at for the law enforcement: corrections officer, court officer, homeland security. I mean, it's amazing what you have access to, and it's all free at the library. That was a job, career, and accelerator. Highlighting again, we're doing the ACT test prep course at the library. It's through the Learning Express, right? So anyone can have access to it, but we are hosting a workshop to help any students that want to take that December 10th ACT to get ready to prepare for college. Come to the library. We're offering 2 sessions in November, 2 sessions in December to get ready for that December 10th test using this resource. We're doing Food for Fines in November. A lot of patrons are already familiar with this. Loving to hear so much talk about Davis Elementary. They are going to be the recipiency of all of the food that we collect at the library. We are donating all of our Food for Fines to Davis Elementary Food Drive. So anybody coming in the library, if you've got a fine, an overdue fine, 1 can, $1. It can't be expired. It's got to be in good condition, non-perishable, but bring your can. It'll take $1 off your fine, up to $10 per account. And all of that food will go to Davis Elementary Food Drive. Last but not least, the library will be closed November 24th and 25th for Thanksgiving. That's all I got. Any questions?
Good report. I do a good job. All right. Very good job.
Thank you, Mindy.
Appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
Okay. Is Sarah in here?
She has a video.
Okay.
We're going to see if we can make that work too.
Hey there, this is Sarah Agriculture and Natural Resource Extension Agent with Dade County UGA Extension. I'm sorry we could not be there tonight, but thank you for letting us join you virtually and provide this recording. We kicked off the month down at the State Market Goat Show in Perry, Georgia with our livestock exhibitors. Our exhibitors had an awesome time down at this event during the Georgia National Fair. This is the statewide show that is the final hoorah of the end of the market season. These exhibitors work all year long and practice exhibiting these livestock at different jackpot shows across the state. And then they go to this final state show where all 4-H and FFA exhibitors are there competing against each other. The girls did great. Ella Hughes, one of her top accomplishments was placing third in all of the state 7th grade showmanship division. She also was named the reserve champion GCGPA Georgia Born and Bred Weather with her goat Thor. Callie Hughes had an awesome event as well. She was again 3rd place out of all 4th graders in the state for showmanship. And then she placed 4th in class with her goat Peanut Butter. While we were down there, Ella Hughes was also awarded the Junior Goat Reserve High Point winner of the 2021-2022 Georgia Junior Livestock Foundation Point Circuit. This is a huge accomplishment for her in just her 2nd year of showing livestock. We are really proud for her, and we were glad when she was awarded that. We had another awesome homeschooler community club meeting on October 12th. The topic for the month was food groups and healthy eating habits. The students had some fun with a hands-on practice making a healthy recipe where they made Mexican corn dip. The next community club for homeschoolers is on November 9th at 1 p.m. at the Dade County Ag Center. This community club is open to anybody in the community who might be homeschooling. Parents, if you guys are listening and you've got homeschool kiddos at home at any age, bring them by the Ag Center and check out this awesome monthly program. October 14th was our monthly 4-H craft night. Students attended and created black cat wreaths. Our next monthly craft night is on November 18th at 5:30 at the Ag Center, and the activity will be broccoli stamped fall trees. Don't forget the Dade County 4-H has your holiday decor covered this season. Before you go purchase poinsettias to decorate your home or your office or your business, please do so through Dade County 4-H. The first week of December, we will have tons of poinsettias available for you to stop by and purchase. We will make an announcement when they are here, but we will have 5 different colors available. Each pot is $12 each, and a generous portion of that comes back to support our 4-H fund. Our annual Rivers Alive cleanup is coming up on November 19th. We will meet at Sittons Mill Road off of Sells Lane. Trash bags and gloves will be provided, so come out and help Dade County 4-H give back through this community service project, partnering with Limestone Valley RC&D. This project helps us clean up along the creek so that we can keep our community clean. We had a great October Dade Greater Gardener meeting. The meeting was about herbs in the landscape and used in the kitchen. Our next meeting will be on Tuesday, November 8th. The topic will be growing vegetables in raised bed gardens. The next Tri-State Beekeepers Association meeting will be held at our Dade County Ag Center at 7 o'clock on Monday, November 21st, 2022. Our annual Tri-State Cattlemen's Association Christmas banquet is coming up on Friday, December 2nd at 6 p.m. For the first time in many years, the annual Christmas banquet of this association will be held here in Dade County at our Dade Ag Center. We will offer a steak dinner, but we do require an RSVP to secure that plate. Please call our office to be on that RSVP list. We will have a fun night full of live music and a silent auction. So we invite you to come out and check out the Tri-State Cattlemen's Association annual Christmas banquet.
Okay, that was good. Good report. Any questions for Sarah? No, they do a good job. They really work hard, and they put a lot of time in what they do. I'm telling you. And the children that they're really working with, they're at an age, I said this before, where they really, they really need their kind of a changing age of their time, of their life, and it's just good to have people like them be a part of their life, So, but we appreciate that. All right, Mr. George Williams, Chairman of our Alliance for Dade, Inc., and Chamber of Commerce.
Yes, sir. County Executive and Commissioners, appreciate being here. I've got somebody else with me tonight, which I'll introduce in just a second. But our first slide, we're at 109 investors, so we've grown about 5 since our last meeting. Sandy White is with us. She's a Georgia girl, even though she lived in Alaska. And you forgot more than I ever knew about running a chamber. So tell us a little bit about you.
Well, I am very glad to be here. I was raised in Hawkinsville, Pulaski County, which is in middle Georgia. And most of my career has been in Georgia. I did have a 10-year stint in Alaska. But I'm glad to be back here. I'm glad to be in the mountains. And I came at a perfect time because the leaves have been gorgeous, and y'all have been very welcoming, and I appreciate getting to know everybody and working with y'all. And y'all have got so many wonderful assets. So I just think it's going to be wonderful as we're moving forward. So I'm glad to be here. Thank y'all.
As the chairman of the board and our board members, we're very happy to have her and Margot. We've had Margot on board for a couple of months now, helping out at the Welcome Center, and she's really fitting in well. So looking for great things from her. Our next project is to put up the new welcome directional signs that we have. With my foot hobbled up a little bit, I'm probably going to be slower than that. But if we can get some help from outside, that'd be wonderful. Robert, you stole a little of my thunder, or actually you reminded me of some thunder about our ribbon cutting the other night at the General Woods Inn. It is a lovely venue, and that's just part of what the chamber does, is to help businesses, not only existing businesses, but to recognize them for going into business. This week coming up, Sweet Teas just moved from Main Street and took over more space. So we're going to do a ribbon cutting there as well. So it's important to us as a community to get out and support local business. And it's up to the chamber to get out and recognize those people so you know where to go. The upcoming events. Dade Expo is right after Thanksgiving, the Saturday after Thanksgiving. We're doing our cutoff of registrations on the 11th, just so we know who's all going to be there. But it looks like it's shaping up to be another great event this year, and we're going to be doing a lot of advertising to get people to come and visit those vendors that are there. Light Up Trenton is also, we've been out talking it up, and we also, the Alliance will pay up to $70 for our investors to paint their windows. So if you haven't seen the Welcome Center recently, we got a scarecrow and a couple pumpkins on the front window. So we're real happy to have that. We're also going to participate in the Dade County Fair, or that's July. Let's have Christmas first. Let's have the Christmas parade first. Next is the Welcome Center. Comparable numbers to last October. If you notice, we're getting 60 plus people a month into the Welcome Center. And Margot and Sandy, you've just rearranged things over there. Yeah. And we're working with our Public Arts Committee too to get some new art in the facility, which we see as another draw for that.
And we will also be photographing that art and the information about it, and be posting that on our Facebook page so everybody knows that it's there, that they can view it, and just give some more recognition to the artist.
And I'll piggyback, Robert, on your T-Splost. When you get to that voting thing, vote yes, because that will help our county. And it's not just us, the citizens here that pay that money. It's all the visitors that come through town too. So I don't know what percentage which is, but certainly that would help to support that. Do you have any questions?
George, tell them Margot's last name.
Oh yeah, well, we searched long and hard for Margot McDade. She wasn't even qualified for the job, but we got her because of McDade. That's
all about the name.
That's not
Mario
true.
McDade.
So,
Do you know,
Back Dave, a hamburger.
looking at October to October, as far as visitors, that's your two highest months?
It
Is
is.
that, what, do you know what, is that some of the fall colors, or do you have any idea what?
I think it
Probably
is.
so, yeah, probably so.
And I think you all know, we volunteer, Marcy and I, at Cloudland Canyon State Park. And we just finished, we headed up the hay rides this year. And what I really learned, and what we need to think about down here in the valley, is that between noon and 3 o'clock, they turn everybody around. They can't get them into the park. And those people want something to do. Some of them are driving up from Atlanta for the day. And so one of the things we're going to be working on and working with you all is to say, how do we get more interest? And it could be Sales Creek, things like that, because these people are kind of disappointed if you drove for 2 hours and you can't even get in the park. So,
And we're going to digitally, as well as with brochures and things, we're going to get more information out than has been in the past on what we have to offer in the county, and really highlighting everything. So hopefully those numbers will steadily go up every year.
Yep.
Because we'll have more information and people will be more aware of the wonderful things we have in the county.
yep. So,
Good.
thank you.
Very
Thank
good.
you.
Appreciate
Thank
your
you.
support.
Good job.
They
Good
still
report.
turning people around.
Donna is not here tonight, right? We don't have a report. Okay. All right. Move on down to number 5A. This is our monthly finance report presented by Mr. Don Townsend, our county finance officer. Don?
As of October 31st, we had a balance in the general fund of $1,197,851, and including investments of $1.3 million, that brings that to $2,497,851. Federal Asset Fund, U.S. Treasury, had a balance of $0. Sheriff Special Fund, a balance of $8,938. Drug Abuse Education Fund, $8,714. Supplemental Juvenile Services Fund, $28,295. Victim Assistance Fund, $95. Jail Fund, $8,552. Federal Asset Fund, Department of Justice, $0. American Rescue Plan has a balance of $2,155,327. Accommodations, Hotel Motel Tax has a balance of $251,506. Employees Flexible Spending Account, a balance of $30,648, and the payroll account, $94,107. The old SPLOST still has a balance of $166,898, and the new SPLOST, 2021 SPLOST, has a balance of $1,445,611. Moving to the next page, we have the income statement, and this is as of September 30th. As of September 3rd, for the month of September, we brought in $1,153,356. We had budgeted $854,634, but so that's an excess of $298,722. Year to date, we have brought in $2,277,495. Budgeted $1,849,635, so we again are in excess of $427,860. Expenses we saw for the month of September were actually a little high, and that was at $1,279,308. We had budgeted $1,195,359, so we actually were over budget $83,948. Year to date, we have spent $3,504,052, and we have budgeted $3,517,676. So we're right at almost even there. We are in excess or under budget by $13,624. With the budget attained so far, with 3 quarters, of course, 3 months for the first quarter, we should be at 25%. Revenues attained were at 17.30%, and the expenses were at 26.12%. The local option sales tax came in at $249,049.35, and the special purpose local option sales tax brought in $311,290.29. And you saw the report, although the next report is the 2021 SPLOST tracking worksheet, which is included for your review. And so far, so good. Not over, not under, just about right. The fire departments haven't begun using any of that money yet, but they're planning, I do believe. And on the old SPLOST, the only thing left really is in the order of fire departments, and there's still $146,892 that we just finished our audit, so we're trying to close this out. And Rodney's in the back listening to that, our chief of the fire association. So 2015 SPLOST is about to go bye-bye by the end of the year. So $146,892. We're going to try to get that spent pretty quick. 2023, the FY23 year-to-date tax collection for Tax Commissioner Angie Galloway. I can't believe I did that. Is that's for $5,495,500 for the year. She has brought in $700,113 as of October 4th, but I can tell you they brought in quite a bit of cash during the month of October, and so we'll be seeing quite a bit of that. We just deposited that, I think, yesterday. But anyways, as of October 4th, it was at 12.74%. Just speaking on the audit, we did, the auditors were here for a couple of weeks. It went very well. To my knowledge, so far, there's been no findings. It appears we're going to have a clean audit. So they will wrap those processes up. They're working on it now back at their offices. And hopefully in late December, we'll have something to report. I don't think we'll have it ready before December 1st, because December 1st is our next meeting, which is early in December. We have had it sometimes in December, but I doubt it. It's probably early January. And so we look forward to receiving that from Henderson, Hutcherson, and McCullough, CPA firm in Chattanooga. That concludes the report.
Any questions? Corrections? Okay. If not, I'll entertain a motion to approve our financial report as presented. I have a motion to approve.
I'll make a motion to approve as presented.
Okay, thank you. Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay, I got a second. Mr. Lowry. Okay, call the vote. Mr. Lowry?
Yes.
Mr. Hartline?
Yes.
Mr. Goff?
Yes.
Mr. Bradford?
Yes.
And the chair votes yes. Okay, thank you. Robin, we got anything running for any legal?
No legal matters to report, Mr. Chairman.
All right. No unfinished business. Okay. Reading of the minutes of our last month's regular meeting and any special call meetings will not be required since all commissioners have been furnished copies in advance. The minutes are public record available for view in our county commission office. The minutes are included in our consent agenda and will be considered for approval after reading. Mr. Townsend, if you would go with our consent agenda, and then we will entertain a motion pertaining to that. Please.
All right, we have the approval of the agenda as presented, approval of previous meeting minutes, review and approval of the personal status report as presented, proclamation for the Adoption Awareness Month for the month of November, proclamation for Home Care Services and Hospice Month for the month of November, Resolution R-61-22, a reappointment of Mr. Darrell Pardue to the Alcohol Beverage Control Board with an expiration of December 31st, 2026. That's a 4-year appointment. Resolution R-62-22, a reappointment of Sarah Moore to the Board of Assessors for a term to expire December 31st, 2025. That is a 3-year appointment. Resolution R-63-22, reappointment of Mr. Bobby Allen Walters to the Board of Assessors for a term to expire December 31st, 2025. a 3-year appointment. Resolution R-64-22, reappointment of Mr. George Reed, Dr. George Reed to the Board of Health with a term to expire, set to expire December 31st, 2028, a 6-year appointment. Resolution R-65-22, reappointment of Dr. James Cantrell to the Industrial Development Authority with a term set to expire December 31st, 2028, a 6-year term. Resolution R-67-22, a reappointment of Mr. Buford Stevens to the Limestone Valley RC&D Board with a term set to expire December 31st, 2024, a 2-year term. We have under SPLOST approval for a letter of intent with the Georgia Mountain Regional Commission to update the orthophotography of Dade County at a total expense of $13,716, which is 187 square miles, 6-inch pixel resolution. Resolution R-56-22, sale and/or disposal of county capital equipment as declared as surplus property. And resolution R-57-22, service deliveries, approval of the service delivery strategy and local option sales tax certificate of distribution. And that concludes the consent agenda.
Okay. Any questions? Comments? Okay, none? If not, I'll entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented. To have a motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
Okay, Mr. Goff, thank you. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Bradford. I'm call a vote. Mr. Lowry?
Yes.
Mr. Hartline?
Yes.
Mr. Goff?
Yes.
Ms. Bradford?
Yes.
And Chair votes yes. Okay, thank you. And no executive session. Anyone want to say anything before we adjourn?
Just remember, everybody turn their clocks back.
That's right, I forgot about that. Yeah. It's
Sunday
Saturday
morning.
midnight, is that right?
Sunday morning.
Sunday morning, okay.
Yeah, 2 a.m.
Yeah.
And have a great, wonderful Thanksgiving.
That's right. This is November. This is the last one. So, as always, we our numbers are published. It's easy to find, and we do answer our phones. We are public servants, and we know what that means. So, just call us, and we'll do our best to answer questions or help you in any way. And if we can't, we'll tell you. You know, it's just the way it's got to be. You know, you can't please everybody, and we do the best we can. So we appreciate all of y'all, and we'll go ahead and we'll adjourn our meeting tonight. Thank you for being here, okay?